What's up everybody, Coach Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Halo Infinite video, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the truth about ONYX in Halo Infinite Ranked and why the ranked system is so freaking broken. So we're going to break it all down, but smash the like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any news, guides, and content we have on this channel about Halo Infinite, and let's jump right in. Now ONYX is currently the highest ranked tier in Halo Infinite, and while climbing to ONYX on both crossplay and mouse and keyboard, I learned a lot about the rank system as a whole, and in actuality, the rank system is more broken than it seems at first. The first thing that you need to understand is that once you reach that ONYX rank, you're going to be at the top 5% of the player base for ranked. That being said, that makes the ONYX rank actually huge. In a lot of games, the top 5% is typically split up between like 3 different ranks, where the third highest rank is going to be in that 5 percentile or top 5 percentile. Then next up, the next highest rank will typically be in that 1-ish percentile. And then there's like a highest tier of rank or a top 500-esque, which is typically less than the top 1%. That is normally how it goes, but right now, ONYX is just a giant freaking rank with a lot of players in it. Now, something that I'm going to actually revisit that's very important, and it's pretty much standard practice for many ranked systems where performance-based metrics matter behind the scenes, is that those do not affect you once you reach a certain rank. This is currently not the case in ONYX, and it's very possible to lose multiple games in a row, but because the performance that you put on the game or your individual performance, you are not losing rank at all, which we're going to talk more about in a second. Now, I think one of the biggest things that we need is a rank higher than ONYX. There's just so much difference between like a 1600 ONYX and like a 2200 ONYX that they might not even be, or they're basically not in the same rank at all, even though they have the same ranked tier. Now, the next thing that we need to talk about is the huge amount of emphasis on individual performance currently in Halo Ranked. You can legitimately rank up with losses. This happened to me multiple times where I gained a giant chunk for actually losing after performing very well over a number of games. Now, one of the problems though is even in those games where I had high impact and I lost, there were still things that I could have done more to improve, and that doesn't really matter where I'm still gonna gain if I lose, or I'm not gonna lose anything. And then when I win, I'm gonna gain a lot. So it just makes it so I didn't really care whether I won or lost because I'm pretty much winning regardless of what happens. And that's definitely not something that you want to have part of your rank system. Now, more importantly than that, I don't really know what the metrics are. I'm assuming that it's kills, low deaths, gathering points, and the list goes on, but we have no idea which ones matter more or less, and oftentimes it's confusing to people where I've even seen videos of people saying, don't even go for the objective, just frag out in ranked, and you're gonna have a high overall performance individually, and even if you're losing, you're actually not gonna lose any of your rank, which that's definitely not what we wanna have happen, but there's no transparency here, and it causes a lot of problems. Ultimately, I don't think that having an MMR system or a behind-the-scenes MMR system based on performance is a bad thing, but typically you have it so that people that are placed in very low ranks get shot up to a rank they deserve very quickly, or Smurfs get shot up to a rank so they don't actually ruin a whole bunch of games. They don't just play through the slow slog every single game. But once you get to a certain rank, like let's say high plat or plat in general or diamond, there should not be any performance-based metric anymore. But the other problem is that there's a giant amount of inflation in the rank system. And this is something that I really need to talk about, where there's rarely any people being put in the lower ranks. There's a ton of ranks in freaking Halo Infinite, but realistically, people are mainly being put in high gold, plat, and diamond. I mean, diamond is just a hugely overinflated rank where it's supposed to be the second highest rank in the entire game, but realistically, like 30% of the population is in diamond right now. Now, realistically, it would have made a lot more sense to start people more spread out, put people in the actual lower ranks, and force people to move up if they actually are better of skill. I remember that when I did my placements, I did do pretty well on the games that I won, but I lost 4 of them, and I DC'd in 2 others, and it still placed me in frickin' Diamond 1. Now, it doesn't make sense that it would take my individual performance so high that it would place me in such a high rank right off the bat, and that really is probably one of the big reasons why there's such an inflation in the Diamond rank in the first place. Now, the next thing that I needed to talk about is that abusing the system seems incredibly plausible. I don't have factual evidence on this, but what I can tell you is that being the top frag and dominating a game often means that you will not lose rank even if you're playing with someone that is far below your rank. And that's another problem. you can have a very high level player grind with a low ranked player. Someone that is in platinum can grind with someone that's in Onyx, and if you take that middle rank, the platinum player is going to maybe not do that much, but their presence alone can be utilized by the higher level player so that the higher level player completely frags out. And some of the games they're going to win, and they're going to win a fat stack of rank. And some of the games they're going to lose, but it's not going to matter because they freaking fragged in a game that they obviously were supposed to in the first place because they are a very high rank in that lobby. But it doesn't matter, and that just allows that person to basically just ride up to the high ranks for free, and that just doesn't seem right at all either. And I really do think that at some point, especially when there is actually a difference in the people in each rank, you should not be able to play with someone from any rank if you are many ranks above them. That's pretty obvious to say the least. Now, the next problem that has to do with competitive integrity, and I'm not even going to be talking about the cheating problem, which is a completely separate problem and a separate video that I had to talk about, but it's the server problem in Halo Infinite. I took a little break from grinding Halo Infinite because I went really hard for like 2 weeks, and then I started playing it again, and I played 3 games, and 2 of them I had 150 ping and 175 ping. Now, keep in mind, I'm in Central Texas, I have Google Fiber Internet, and in Valorant, I get 9 MS. 9 ping is what I get in Valorant. But in freaking Halo, I'm getting sometimes up to 175 ping when I'm playing like just randomly in the game, trying to play a ranked match, and there's no way that that is fair in an FPS game. Now, in general, they probably need more servers around the world so more people can have accessible ping, but I think at the very least, like a minimum bar is like 70 ping is like what every single person should try to get. I mean, ideally, and it definitely shouldn't just like not find a game for you and just say, hey, let's throw you on a server where you have like quadruple the ping because it's better than you not finding a game. No, it's not better than me not finding a game. I mean, really, it's really not. And I want to hear your opinion about this. What is your experience? What type of ping have you been getting in the game? And have you noticed being thrown into random servers around the world? And let me know your experiences down below. So what do we have here overall in Halo Infinite right now for the rank system? We have really inflated ranks at the high end, especially ONYX, where there is not a real reason to grind very far past once you get to the initial stages of ONYX, except for just bragging rights. And it would make a lot more sense to either one, spread out the ranks a lot slower so that ONYX is something of a prestige to get, or have some sort of rank past ONYX that you could achieve once you reach a certain number. Now, the next thing that they need to do is just take away the performance bonuses or exponentially weaken them the higher in rank you go. So for instance, your individual performance is going to matter a lot more if you're all the way in the lowest rank, but as you start to climb to the highest rank, it's going to matter less and less until it almost doesn't matter at all. And surprise, surprise, you actually have to win the games in order to gain rank. And on top of that, you're actually going to lose rank if you lose. I think that that's just pretty obvious that it makes a balanced ranking system if this is true. Now, I know I'm kind of bitching a little bit about the rank system, but it has to be said as someone who grinded the rank system this much, we want the rank system in Halo to reflect the skill to win games, right? Not just the skill to get a million kills, not just the skill to have a high headshot percentage. That's not what we want. We want it to be the skill to win games because that's what matters in esports. That's what matters in tournaments. That's what matters in anything. The win, the dub, right? That's what we want out of a rank system. Now, we don't want people to get stuck when they're performing really well in games over and over again and not able to climb because of whatever system in place. But at the same time, you still need to be able to win to actually climb, and that's not really how the system is right now. And then the next thing is we need more transparency from 343 on the rank system as a whole. Is there going to be a giant rehaul? Are they just trying to gather data right now and the rank system doesn't matter? Many rank systems in the past have had like initial iterations that got completely re-wiped or wiped away later on. And is that going to happen? Like, is this rank system the real one? Does it actually matter for like our progress history or our ranked history? There's a lot of questions that we need to have answers. And this is kind of just my rant about Halo Infinite as a whole or its ranked mode, because I do think it needs a lot of work and we do need a lot of answers. But let me know what big questions you have about the rank system down below. What is your experience? And I want to hear about it. But thank you so much for coming by. Smash the like, subscribe. I love your faces, and I'll see you next time.